Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's weekly reading for the week of October 28th to November the 3rd. This week, Scorpio, we have a strong message from the universe with the No Oracle card. We have the Chariot, Judgment, the Moon, the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and Ace of Pentacles. So not subtle energies at all here, Scorpio. We have half the spread major arcana, so the more major arcana, the more significant this reading is, and the more linked it is to the big life lessons, the big themes, karmic contracts, that kind of thing. We really see some sense of awakening coming, and a really strong urge to move forward, maybe in a new direction. But the universe is saying that this week isn't quite the right time to do that. It's coming, it's in the near future, but at the moment it's time to kind of hunker down and just make sure that we have the clarity that we need before moving forward. So I'm just going to start off by reading out that No Oracle card for you. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. You're being called to either pause or say no. Saying yes to something that isn't in alignment with you will drain your energy and your time. Hold out for an aligned 100% yes. When we are looking for guidance to make a decision, it can be frustrating not to move into a clear and considered direction. However, timing is everything. It's not just receiving clear guidance, it's actually guidance in itself. However, timing is everything, and not receiving clear guidance is actually guidance in itself. We all go through times known as waiting periods. These times are crucial for our body to regenerate and the new path to formulate, and the universe to begin creating things on our behalf. So yeah, it's saying that it's not quite time to move forward this week, Scorpio. That whatever you're considering moving forward with, or the direction that might be currently in your mind, isn't in alignment with your higher purpose. Maybe there's something that you're still figuring out. Maybe you are trying to make a decision, and there is another piece of information that's going to come in a little bit later on that actually is going to change your direction a little bit of the decision that you're going to make. So we need to hold out for that at the moment. So, in the recent past here, we see a situation here where something isn't quite right. Something is a little bit off balance is what I'm seeing here. And I think this is that misalignment that we're talking about. So I think some of you are trying to make a pretty significant decision. Look, it could be a decision to, change your career path, take a course of study, and you're weighing up different options that are, that are serious moves. You might actually need to, relocate as part of this. So obviously that's going to be a huge move and expensive and take a lot of time and that kind of thing. So you really want to make sure you only do it once and that you get that decision right. Some of you might be, wondering whether to, stay or leave a relationship. It's a significant life situation, but I feel at the moment, I don't think you have all the information to make that decision. The moon energy can talk about things going on behind the scenes, behind the shroud, in the shadows. So maybe you're not seeing the situation for exactly how it is at the moment. Some of you might be, maybe there is some information that's being withheld from you, or you haven't quite been ready to see things for what they are. Yeah, so the moon does talk about some kind of, things happening behind the shadows, that you're not in full illumination. We're not in the sunlight, we're in the moonlight. So yeah, it's really a good time to hold off at the moment. That Six of Pentacles talks about the balance issue here, about the scales maybe keeping on tipping one way or another, but not actually ever staying steady. Yes, for me, this is about the situation or the decision that you're trying to make is currently out of balance. The scales aren't really aligned. And maybe, some of you might be, we've got the tame dog and the wild wolf here. We also have that sense of duality represented in this card with sort of rich man and beggar. So some of you might be really swinging like that pendulum between one way or another, two extreme emotions about a situation, two extreme decisions. but maybe either of those are not quite right yet. So we need to hunker down this week, bunker down, and wait until it's the right time to move forward. Wait till those scales are in alignment, not tipped in one direction or the other. Because focus energy this week, we have Judgment and we have the Four of Pentacles. Yep. So Judgment, guys, is that awakening. This is the awakening to seeing the full range of the situation, to seeing the truth, and then you can decide. So it's about really awakening to the truth this week rather than actually making any move forward. We have the Four of Pentacles here, somebody who's holding tight for now, holding on, not moving forward. You'll know when it's time to loosen that grip, but for this week, we are holding on and not making that decision. Judgment can be, that last call in a situation, stay or go, stay or go to that course of study, stay or go in that relationship. And it also talks about people who have been in a position of feeling confined, feeling constricted in the past, who are ready to break free, but they're, obviously in a vulnerable place right now, so they're sort of waiting for that guidance from the divine. It can talk about forgiving and forgetting, letting go, releasing past hurts. Maybe there's some processing that you need to do before you can actually make the best informed decision for yourself on how to move forward in this decision. But either way, this is the wake-up call. This is you, awakening to the truth. This is that moon energy just being sort of wiped away, everything kind of becoming clear, everything coming to the surface, everything being fully exposed in all of its vulnerability. And from there, Scorpio, that's where you can make the right decision to move forward in the direction that's really going to align with your highest purpose. Because in your near future, this is what we see. Look at this, Chariot, Ace of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. So by just delaying that little bit, Scorpio, you are going to actually move forward in a direction that's going to lead to something so far greater than if you were to make that decision this week or if you'd already made that decision. So the Chariot, talks about moving forward when you're in alignment. So we have this theme of alignment, and I think that means when you're 100% sure on your decision, because these two sphinxes here, for example, this heavy stone chariot has no reins, so it's drawn by these two sphinxes here. And these two sphinxes are kind of slightly angled in opposite directions. So these represent those dualities within us, the indecision, the one mind made up one way, the other in the other direction. So the key for moving forward is to bring these forces into alignment. And then, using your intention, this magician's wand here, then you can propel forward into an aligned direction. The Chariot is a card of victory as well. It says by holding off, waiting for things to come into alignment, then you'll make a victorious decision that will be the best for you. And with the Chariot, it can also talk about actual travel, relocation. So some of you might be waiting for the right time to leave home, to move to a new house, to move interstate, to move countries even. But, obviously in such a big decision, the timing needs to be right, and we really need to be 100% clear with that decision. But beautiful opportunities are coming, Scorpio. So that Nine of Cups, let's talk about that. Talks about contentment, talks about wish fulfillment. So this is, what's on offer if you can hold off. It means that you will move forward to a Nine of Cups reality, to being emotionally fulfilled, harmonious, feeling that deep sense of satisfaction. That's what I see there. And it also, with this Ace of Pentacles, it means that there are, once you move forward in the right direction, there is opportunity just waiting to come in for you. So the opportunities are there. We just need to make sure that we seize them at the right moment. After we've, walked the path, after we've, scaled those last few mountains, then we're going to walk through that portal, and that Ace of Pentacles will be offered on the hand of the divine for you. And the Ace of Pentacles, is about physical, solid, tangible results and improvements. So it could mean that, by holding off and making that right decision about where to go with this relocation, with this decision, that, then you'll basically, the things will line up. I'm seeing synchronicity here. Things will line up and the right opportunity will be waiting for you when you get there. It means that everything will just be lined up for you. And you're going to end up, feeling extremely satisfied and content under that Nine of Cups energy. So Scorpio, it's a really beautiful reality that you're heading towards. The universe is just asking you to hold off on major decision making this week. Wait till things come into alignment. Wait till you feel 100% on your yes, 100% on your decision. But you will be awakening to that this week, and then it's time to move forward. So Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I wish you all the best with it. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so it won't be for every one of you. Leave me a comment. I'd love to know how it's playing out in your daily life. And I will see you back here next week with another reading.